like that took forever. And it really did a number on me, hence why I had that hiatus for, I don't know, 4-ish months. But here I am with a divorce/life update. I asked y'all over on my Instagram. Always gotta shamelessly plug, go follow me on my Instagram. But I asked y'all for some questions for this first video back, and we'll get right into it. Always gotta shamelessly plug though, go follow me over on my Instagram. During my brief little hiatus, I was more up to date over there. I would occasionally post updates and stories and stuff. So let's pray that nothing else negative happens in my life. But if I do ever disappear again, which I really hope I don't, be sure to follow me over there. But yeah, I'm a little rusty at the YouTube thing after taking all of this time off because I totally forgot to film an intro. So it's actually the end of the day right now and I'm filming this intro right now. So we're about to go back in time to when I was getting ready for the day, and I'm gonna go over the divorce questions and life updates starting now. All right, the first question that I by far and large get asked the most often is, am I dating? And yes, I am dating. I am not like dating one person. I don't have a boyfriend or anything, but I'm on the dating apps and I'm going on dates. Going from being with the same person my entire life for 17 years to going to online dating in 2023 has been very interesting. There are, you know, obviously some shadesters out there, but I have been pleasantly surprised. There are a lot of really nice guys on these apps. I mean, that might be a gross overstatement because there's a lot of really weird people on the apps too, but the people I've actually gone out on dates with, for the most part, have been really normal, funny, smart, seemingly decent guys from as much as I got to know about them. Just not everything is necessarily a love connection. Best case scenario, I have made some new friends. And like worst case scenario, I guess if you could say there was a worst case scenario, it just fizzled. Wasn't a love connection, but it was a good lesson and it got me a little bit closer to knowing what I ultimately want for myself in the long-term future. Because I will say I am dating with intention. I am personally not the person who can just hook up with randoms. I knew that right away from the beginning that that probably wouldn't be the best for my mental health. And no judgment, everyone processes divorce differently. I just knew that that was not the healthy way for me to go about it. But dating has been fun. I am very picky about who I even allow to take me on a first date. So many guys weed themselves out early on in the talking phase where you're just messaging each other on the apps or talking on the phone, and they reveal themselves real quickly to not have all of the things that I know I need in a long-term partner. So that's been nice. People have been pretty honest, and so it's pretty clear when things won't work out. And so the dates that I have been on have all been with seemingly really great people. I've gotten to do some really cool things, go to some nice restaurants, just some very thoughtful dates that shocked me. I had no idea that there were guys out there who were so thoughtful. Blew my mind. I got to go on a hot air balloon ride. I mean, just, yeah, I won't go too far into that, but there are some really nice guys. I was very pleasantly surprised because I was going into the online dating scene fully expecting it to just be awful. And it's not been 100% awful. Even though I'm still single, just because I'm single doesn't mean it's been a terrible experience. I have learned so much about myself and made some friends. Now this next part. I might cut this out. We shall see if I cut this out. Let me think for a bit and do my eyebrows. Okay, I'll tell you. I did have a boyfriend for a minute. He was truly one of the nicest people I've ever met. Nice, honest, kind, so sweet. Really restored my faith in men and that there are some honest men out there, because my faith was really rattled in that for a moment. But he was, yes, just a good person. He was a good person. And he was of the male species, and he was a good person, and I needed that for a bit in my life because I really questioned if that even existed. I won't elaborate too much on all of it right now. Maybe I will in the future, I don't know. I haven't decided, but all I'll say is he was a very nice person, and I just don't think I was ready to really date, and I didn't really know what I wanted, and I was going to a therapist here and there, and my therapist told me I needed to do an exercise where I wrote down all my non-negotiables and all my deal breakers, and I needed to stick to them. So I took the night, wrote everything down, put a lot of thought into it, and then I've realized the guy that I was seeing, as great of a person as he was, as amazing as an emotional connection I felt like we had, like, I'll be honest, I thought I was in love. I realized he didn't have every single one of what I wrote down by myself and said were my non-negotiables. And I already f***ed up one marriage. I am not repeating that mistake. I need to be with someone. I need to think with my head over my heart a little bit more, I feel. And I cannot risk another failed marriage, especially because I have 3 kids. Whoever I end up with needs to have all my non-negotiables, not have any of my deal breakers. It needs to be the perfect situation. Otherwise, I'm not going to bring that into not only my life, but my kids' lives. My kids are super happy right now. A lot of people have asked me about that. Their dad and I are co-parenting pretty well, and my kids seem at peace with the situation. They're happy. I am not looking to bring any disturbance into the dynamic right now unless I know it is going to work. And I also just want to know, he never like met my kids or anything like that. You know, we would just hang out when my kids were with their dad, and I wasn't even on the dating app at the time to even find a boyfriend. I was really looking for other single parents to commiserate with. I didn't even want to go on dating apps. I was so grossed out by them, but I realized I didn't have anyone to talk to about being a single parent, divorce, anything like that. And there was this dating app called Stir, which is a dating app specifically for single parents. And so I tried that one out, just thinking, you know, maybe I'll meet other single parents. I don't need to date anyone. We can just be friends and commiserate on being a single parent, getting a divorce, you know, splitting custody, whatever. And then, of course, I like fell in love with the first guy I met on that app. Yeah. All right, moving on. I really did not intend for this video to focus so much on dating. So next is, oh yeah, the next thing that was asked a lot was advice for those filing for divorce in the near future. I'm using some dry shampoo because my hair is pretty gross right now. Yeah, overall, so many comments asking about tips for filing for divorce, tips for the divorce process, etc. And I am a wealth of what not to do on this topic, so I will share that with you. Number 1 tip is file immediately. Divorce takes a while, so just file immediately. Just do it right now. If you're thinking about it, just do it. I mean, if like a true deal breaker was crossed, like a true boundary was just like stomped on, just file right now. Next, in terms of what not to do, and please learn from my mistakes, ask your family and friends to help you with the divorce. Like truly hold your hand and help you through the divorce. I cannot stress this enough. Your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, best friend should help lead the way in your divorce if you are not a fighter. Because I'm not a fighter. I am not a fighter. I am a complete pushover, and people in my life, I think, assume that I'm stronger than I am because I am strong and stand up for my friends and family when I feel like something has, like, if they've been wronged, but I am absolutely awful at standing up for myself. And I learned that to my detriment during the divorce. I really should have been more vulnerable with my mom and older brother and told them just how much I was struggling with the divorce. And just, I was already so mentally drained that I just didn't have the energy, aggression, etc. that I needed to get what I really deserved out of the divorce. I really should have been more vulnerable with my mom and older brother and told them how much I was struggling during the divorce process so that they would have known that they kind of needed to step up and take over. Yeah, because I trusted too much, which sounds dumb because I really shouldn't. Like, when someone doesn't give you a reason to trust them, you should not trust them. And yeah, made that mistake. So yeah, the best thing you can do is admit to yourself if you are not strong enough to fight because you're already beat up, and then ask your friends and family to step in and help you in the fight. And then my third piece of advice kind of goes hand in hand with the last one, and that's really don't trust the other side. The person you married is not the person you're divorcing. And especially if they proved to not be trustworthy in marriage, they're absolutely not going to be trustworthy in a divorce. So do not take their word for anything. Their word means nothing. I think Oprah said it, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And that is so true. Actions speak louder than words. People can say whatever they want. They can, don't believe the words in a divorce. Be open and honest with your family about everything that's happened so that they can help fight for you, and then let your lawyer do all the fighting and advocate for you. Don't try to be amicable if people are telling you you really don't have any reason to be amicable. So yeah, if you're like me and your flaw is that you are just not a fighter, you need to hire a fighter to fight for you. Otherwise, you're gonna get beat up. So moving on, because I don't wanna get too negative or dwell too much on the past right now, I have learned my lessons and I'm moving on. So the next question, how are you feeling presently? Are you beginning to feel more settled into this chapter? Yeah, I feel like I am getting settled into this chapter. And I think a big piece of that is just letting the past be the past. Obviously, I'm bringing it up right now because a lot of people are asking me, and I feel like I want to help other women going through the same thing as me. I don't want other women to get taken advantage of, obviously. There's a fine line between everything that I can say, because I do, it is the father of, like, my kid's dad. I don't know why I can't talk right now. Yeah, overall, he is my kid's dad. Just because we didn't work out perfectly in a relationship, it just is what it is. It's in the past. I really, really do want to co-parent well, and we seem to be doing the co-parenting thing well. My kids are happy. I just do feel, I guess, enough of a moral obligation to share the little bit that I've recently shared as a warning to other women. Because again, even though I won't advocate for myself, I don't like seeing bad things happen to other good people. So yeah. Anyways, it is what it is my new life motto. There are no failures if you take the time to learn from them. There are only lessons. And yeah, I am at peace, and I certainly count my blessings. I still have so much to be thankful for. So I feel like that is why I'm in a good mental space right now. My kids are healthy, I'm healthy. Like, my mom, brothers, cousins, everyone's good, everyone's thriving in life. I have great friends, I have a good job. I've met some really amazing, cool people in the last year. This last year, even though it's also been the hardest year in my life, it's probably been one of the best years of my entire life at the same time. And I feel like it's only going to get better. I'm very optimistic about the future. I like to think that good things happen to good people. I tell my sons that all the time. So I am just focused on being the best me that I can be. I know that sounds super corny, but I do feel like if I just focus on being the best me I can be, the best mom I can be, the best friend, family member, etc., if I focus on just doing the best I can, everything will fall into place. And ultimately, that's really the only mindset to have, is to just focus on yourself, because yourself is all you can control. I have had to let go of control of my life, because obviously my life has been very out of control. So I'm just focused on doing the best that I can, controlling the controllables. And then I guess as long as you just do that, the way it falls is the best case scenario for what you could have done. All right, I absolutely had to stop and get some food. Got a chicken sandwich from Shake Shack. Where was I? Talking about life after divorce. You know, overall, not too shabby. Just hanging out for a little bit more before I go pick up my kids from the bus stop. I'm basically a giant book of cliches at this point. I live by cliches. Happiness is a choice is one that I subscribe to heavily. There's a million things I could dwell on. Everyone else, there's millions of things everyone could dwell on. But I'm just choosing to focus on the good in my life, because there's a lot of it. I'm choosing to be happy, choosing to put myself out there, choosing to really appreciate and take advantage of the time that I do have with my kids. Oddly enough, I feel like I get so much more quality time with my kids now than I did previously. Back when I was doing everything 100% by myself and I was so drained, so tired, I was in survival mode, I just feel like I enjoy my time so much more with my kids now, and the time that I do have with them is solid quality time. We're going to parks, we're going to pools, I'm setting up play dates, I'm taking them on vacations. We're always doing something. I've pretty much confiscated the iPads at this point. If we're gonna do screens, we're gonna watch a movie all together and then discuss morals of the story at the end. Play lots of board games. Oddly enough, motherhood is so much more fun now. That's probably counterintuitive and weird to say, and maybe it's just the different approach I'm taking to life right now. But yeah, overall, motherhood and my kids, we're all doing amazing. And even if I'm tempted to get distracted when I'm around my kids, it's just easy for me to be like, well, they're gonna be with their dad soon. I just wanna focus all my time on them. But that brings me to the next question. I need to hurry up and eat this, because I do have to go pick up my kids soon. Even though I could have some regrets, I really have no regrets, because I'm really happy right now. But that kind of brings me to my next point, which is with me coming back and the free time I have again, where I want to take the direction of my YouTube channel. I don't want to only talk about divorce, and I don't know, I might share some dating stories here and there if you guys are interested. I've toyed a little with the idea of like pop culture commentary or social commentary. I watch stuff like that. My house isn't nearly as much of a mess as it used to be, since I don't have my kids 100% of the time. I mean, it does still get messy, so there will be some cleaning and decluttering content here and there, but that's not going to be my sole focus. My ADHD still affects me sometimes. I'm very like a one-track brain, so my house still does get disheveled, but it might just be a cleaning video once a month instead of every single week at this point. If all of a sudden one week I'm like, I'm gonna go on 1,000,000 dates this week, and I neglect my house and it's just falling apart by the end, I'll film that, but that's not happening all the time. Or like if I get too absorbed into work, I get absorbed into things, and then my house starts falling apart, and then I look around and realize it. And yes, at those moments, I will make a cleaning or decluttering video, but let's hope that that is not every single week of my life. Hopefully that is just a monthly thing. And then I'll probably still post the Costco shop with me videos, because I still do my Costco run once a month. So just let me know in the comments, like if you do want more videos than me beyond the occasional cleaning or shop with me video. What other channels do you like? What other types of videos do you like on YouTube? I feel like I'm still learning who I am as a person in this new phase of my life. So I'm kind of interested in just trying a few different types of YouTube videos and just seeing what I like, seeing if I find a new passion, see if I find something that just really gets me excited, and then maybe I'll just post all the time. I have no idea. I'm still learning about myself. Sometimes I feel like y'all know me better than I even know me, so that's why I'm asking for y'all's advice when it comes to this stuff. I'm just word vomiting into a camera with not that much rhyme or reason, and so I think maybe if I don't take the time to process it, you guys have, and so then you have better recommendations for my life than I do. But yes, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. It feels good to be back. I'm like motivated and pumped right now. But yes, anyways, overall, I appreciate you guys so much for sticking around through my mental health issues, mental health break, I should say. Thank you for sticking around. It really, truly means so much to me. I can't even put it into words, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna send good juju, good vibes, and thank yous your way. Thank you so much. If you have somehow made it to the end of this video and you're confused about what is even happening, Mai got a divorce, what is going on, I applaud you for making it to the end of this video. But if you want an update on all of that, I will have my other divorce videos floating over the screen at this point, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.